Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for a radio audience tuning in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, is joining us around the world, thanks to iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. I'm so excited to welcome Jade Adia to our program today. Jade is celebrating a very special day. It's Pub Day for her brand new book, There Goes the Neighborhood. We're going to talk to her not only about what it's been like for her to share this story with the world, but also the different characters and messages that we find there, and this experience for her as a debut author as well. Jade, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Cyrus.
Hey, the pleasure is definitely all mine. Look, I know you've been waiting for this day a long time. I have not been stalking you, Jade, but I did see the unboxing of your advanced reader copies. And the emotion that you felt in opening that box, I mean, we could feel it through the screen. I want to talk about what it was like for you to go from that, Jade, to now today where the book is literally available for the world to read.
Wow. You know, it's really been surreal. So when I first got the copies, you know, for any author, that's the first time that you get to hold the book in your hands for the first time. And it's not just a Word doc. It's not a PDF that I irrationally had a fear that could be deleted at any moment. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a book. It's here. And I got to open it with my friends and family right there. And that was such an emotional moment. And now to be here on Pub Day, it's pretty surreal, you know. This book has been a long time coming, and because it's a book that's so inspired by my friends and family and neighborhood and community, it just has felt like a really joyous kind of celebration to make it this far. And man, I just can't believe it's finally out here.
Well, I think that is the big thing, and I'm so glad you mentioned being able to celebrate it with family and friends, because for me, Jade, that's what There Goes the Neighborhood is all about. It's about family, friends, and even sisterhood is one of the messages that comes across as well. You know, women being able to support other women. What was it like for you to kind of take these real-world issues and to be able to put them in a novel like this?
Yeah, I'm so happy you said that the family theme comes across really well, because that is the exact approach I took when I was writing this story. I tried to sit down and think about, you know, I knew that I wanted to write a story about gentrification, and a story in particular that really shines a light on the human cost of gentrification. And for me, when I was thinking about the best way to do that, I was like, if I'm trying to get people to understand that the harms of gentrification come from disrupting these really delicate social ties between neighbors and within communities, I have to paint a really beautiful community that people will fall in love with as well. So luckily for me, it was easy to have so much inspiration from the neighborhood where I grew up. My family and friends and neighbors that I grew up with, like even all these years later, we still refer to ourselves as the village, because that's honestly how it felt to just have that dynamic where if my mom couldn't pick me up from school, there was a neighbor who could, or if we didn't have dinner at our house, I could walk over to someone's house, open the door, and walk right in. So I wanted to give my main character that same experience of feeling really held and really supported by her community, and use that as a framework to tell this story about gentrification, to hopefully help readers understand the human side of all of this.
Yeah, I think that is so true. And there also is a reality in this book, though, Jade. There's a great line that the character Marley says to the main character, Rhea, that I think is so powerful, and that is, change is hard, but that doesn't mean you can give up on your family. And of course, Rhea doesn't have too good of a response to that, but I think, change is not something that, that people always open up to. So talk to us about the complexities of Rhea and what it was like for you to kind of bring that to life. And what I love is you're able to see not only her strength, but also her understanding her own vulnerability. Even she talks about it, and you've given us that gift and talked about her, kind of reaching her comfort level limit for the day. So what was it like for you kind of bring those elements of her to life?
Right, yeah. For me, I think Ria's core struggle is she's deeply afraid of change. She's afraid of the changes in her neighborhood. She's afraid of the changes in her friend group, which, as you point out, that's the plot line that unfolds between Marley, the girl who she ends up kind of having this one-sided enemies relationship with at first, but gradually, blossoms into a really intimate friendship. So, she's afraid of changes in her neighborhood, the changes in her friend group brought on by these new kids, the changes within herself as she's navigating new feelings for her childhood best friend. So, when I was trying to write this character, I just tried to remember how scary it is to be 15, when everything is changing so fast, particularly if you were a kid that felt like everyone around you was changing faster than you are, because I do think that is the type of coming of age experience that a lot of us have. And, for me to have that be her central struggle, it lended itself really well to talk about these ideas about changes within your community as well. And yeah, it was important to me to try to write a character that was kind of messy, I didn't want her to be the, cookie cutter portrait of what a main character in a book should be. I want her to be, on one hand, extremely nerdy, where she just kind of, before the book starts, just plays board games and watches anime with her best friend. But then there's this other side of her that is full of rage, and she's rightfully so very upset by a lot of things happening. And yeah, it was just important to me to try to paint a really nuanced portrait of Black girlhood that I still think we need more representation of in children's literature.
Well, I think you're going to help, especially young girls, Jade, see themselves and let them know it's okay to be themselves and to know their role, too, in the world, and that their world is definitely something that needs them. I think that's one thing that Ria definitely sees as well. Again, everyone, Jade Adia has been our guest. There Goes the Neighborhood is the new book out now. I know you've been excited to hear those words. Jade, you can get it through our friends at Amazon.com or through your favorite local bookstore. Jade's already been busy. Again, not stalking you, Jade. Jade's already been busy signing stock. So I know she would love to be able to hear from you guys. So, Jade, how can our audience stay connected with you?
Yeah, so you can feel free to find me online. On Instagram, my handle is Jade Adia, just my first and last name. And you can also find me on my website, jadeadia.com. Please reach out to me. I would love to hear from readers, and just thank you so much for giving this story a shot. I hope you all enjoy it.
Yeah, I know they definitely will, Jade. Continued success to you, and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks to you as well. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. And let's go make today amazing. Take care.